So here we go. To your turn. Now here I come. Your turn. My turn. Your turn. My turn. Your turn. Okay, now we're going to swap. Now I'm going to play the C part. Here we go. Your turn. Okay, I'm going to play another melody. See if you can hear it. You know that one. You can play that on the next chord. All right? So you can do a sequence. Right like that. Okay, I'm going to keep going. You keep going. Da ba da ba da ba 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 ba. Your turn. Okay. Isn't that fun? Turn. Okay. Okay. So, you can make it challenging for yourself in a lot of ways doing stuff like that, even with someone else, like we're doing together here today. You can do it with a friend. You can do it with another musician playing over a track like this, or you can do it with another instrument that can play chords and you can back each other up. But what I'm trying to also show you is that if you play a musical idea on one of the two chords, sometimes what sounds really nice is to follow it up on the next chord with a similar idea that ties the two ideas together. So if I went, and I did a number of times when I was playing, I played something that was almost like a scale sequence. I went, you know. Now, when you go to the E chord, right? It's nice to try to practice to see if you can connect any melody that you come up with on the next chord and kind of reproduce it over the next pattern. In this case, pattern 2. Okay? It just ties the themes together. Okay? So that's kind of a fun way to practice. Okay? So I want you to do that at home. In any combination of chords. I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to finish off with one more progression, and I'm going to write it on the board. So just give me 1 second. I'm going to write it down. Okay, great. That gave me time to write the progression out, and now I have it on the board here. And what I've done, as you recall in that first warm-up exercise, what we were doing is we were going back and forth between the key of C major and E major, right? We were going back between this pattern of C major and this pattern of E major. So we really just played 2 major scale patterns, these 2 over here. And you can see what these are the 2 patterns that I'm having you focus on, okay? But what I decided to do when I took the break there and wrote the progression out is to kind of give you a little bit more of a feeling of a flow here. So what I wrote out is a progression that sounds a little bit more like a song, okay? So now I have the key of C expressed with 2 chords. I have the 4 chord in the key of C going to the 1 chord. Okay, so there's a little bit of movement within the key. Okay, So that I figured that that would give your ear some sense of melody to go for. Okay, so then we go back to the 4 chord. Okay, so I'm going to write here C major all the way through here. Okay. Now, what happens when you go to the B chord here? What happens, or what's the purpose of the B? It's to make us go to the key of E, which is the other key that we were practicing. Okay? So that works out perfect because now it sets up the key of E right here. And we're basically playing E major all the way through this part of the progression. This is all E major. Okay? All the way down to here, E major, until we hit this chord right here, which brings us back to C major. And then we go back to the top, and that's where we start over again. Okay? So what I did is I tried to make something that gave you the same 2 keys, but now you have some different chords in those keys, so you can, hopefully your ear will start to get more accustomed to making melodies by hearing chord harmony to move to and move through. Okay, that's the whole purpose of this. I don't want to just have this sound like exercises. Remember, we talked about at the very beginning of our lessons what my concepts were, and my concepts are to try to make this musical and fun for you. Okay, so I'm just going to show you, make sure that you have these chords at home too. Maybe you know them, maybe you don't, but let's just review them. If you had for example, a major chord here, and you wanted to make it a major 7th chord, I think I've shown you this before, but all you have to do is bring this note into the chord, and it's possible because we've got extra roots anyway, so we'll just sacrifice one of the roots and bring it into the major 7th, and then we have a nice, a little bit more colorful chord of F major 7. Okay? This chord right here could be brought into a major 7 sound by simply picking up the bar here, and now just using these 2 notes here on the 9th fret to get the B, the major 7th, the 3rd here, the 5th there on the top, and then you've got your C major 7. Okay, so we've got F major 7 to C major 7, and then the modulation chord brings us into the key of E major, going to A major. And I can just use the same voicings that I used here for these 2 chords, for E and A. Okay? So here, let's listen to what it sounds like, and we'll see what we got here. Okay, here we go. 2, 3, 4. Okay, here comes B. Here comes it. We're still in the key of E though. Back to C, here we go. Now here's the scale I would play. C major, right? I'm playing through the key, I'm just using the major scale. Playing melodies out of the major scale. ahead and play along with that. All right, sounds good. Back to C. Okay, here comes E. Okay, one more time, here we go. Try to let your ear take you to nice melodies. Here we go, back to the top. All right, so there you have it. All we did today was just review major scales, but we made it really musical by making a progression up that takes your ear through a little journey through those two major scale patterns that we used in two different keys. Okay, so you can continue to practice this and get a lot out of this if you keep doing it. Maybe in a different day, maybe in a different position. Maybe you could do C major down here, and then E major could be right here. So you go back and forth between C major and E major here, or you could do C major here and E major here. You know 5 shapes. It's just a matter of working out just maybe 2 positions for a couple days, maybe a week, however long it takes to really wire. What I mean by that is really learn really well 2 positions and then move to another part of the neck and do 2 more positions. That's okay to practice that way too. Okay, I'll see you next time. I hope you had fun, and I'll talk to you later.